When reporters asked the billionaire how much ransom he'd pay,
His answer shocked the world.
$0. This is an elite kidnap case. Paul Getty was the world's richest man.
He topped the global wealth list for 20 years.
If he paid the $17 million ransom, the kidnappers would free his grandson. For Paul, it was just a drop in the bucket.
But he treated it like no big deal.
He had 14 grandkids. Pay ransom for one. The rest would also likely get kidnapped. In 1948,
Paul invested in land in the Middle East.
he built the world's largest oil tanker. Since then,
Paul has been called the king of oil.
he was the first billionaire. He hit $1 billion first.
Not quite sure.
But not running out of cash makes you a billionaire. He never wasted a single penny. He bargained for a $19 item, spending an hour to buy it for $11 to save a $2 service fee. He went far for a laundromat. And to avoid call costs, he removed all landlines from the company. He only installed a payphone in the lobby. His son raised 4 kids. Yet Paul refused to help them financially. Old Paul wouldn't give them a cent. A husband wrote a plea to his father. Surprisingly, Paul replied promising to find a job. The family quickly saw help from him. His mansion was filled with antiques.
Each piece was a treasure.
Old Paul declared,
Nothing is priceless.
"Everything can have a price." He excelled at measuring value. Even family bonds have a price. Young Paul met Grandpa for the first time. Old Paul gifted him a $1 million antique he'd buy for just $11. That's excessive for a child. The Getty kids were different. Old Paul didn't care about the boy. He only cared of his Getty at dinner. Each letter was a life or death matter. To Old Paul, it was routine. If someone comes for cash, I'll help them all. Old Paul set up a respectable job. He made him VP of the oil company, in charge of Europe.
But he was moving to Morocco.
Old Paul told his grandson, "The Gettys are smart people."
He dreamed of creating a family dynasty.
As time passed, young Paul grew up. While his father sank into alcoholism, disheartened, the mother filed for divorce. Old Paul hired lawyers to thwart thoughts of money, but to his surprise, the mother wouldn't take a dime.
She just wanted her son's custody.
"You want your money, I want my son. We'd both get what we need." I feel cheated. I can't see the trick. You can amass great wealth. It's from good budgeting. You know how to make deals. But that night, young Paul was suddenly kidnapped. The kidnappers made it clear Old Paul must pay $17 million. If he doesn't, they'll take lives.
When Paul learned of the kidnapping,
he acted unfazed. "I'm busy right now." Young Paul's kidnapping shocked the nation.
Old Paul faced the media.
He firmly refused to pay. Finally, public pressure mounted.
Old Paul sent aides to the scene.
He needed a professional closer. Mark was his trusted CIA bodyguard.
Finally, Old Paul agreed.
To spend as little as possible, the kidnappers had no patience. They had Paul write to his mom. If ransom wasn't paid soon,
It would send a finger.
the kidnappers were puzzled. Why wouldn't his grandfather pay? While making dinner, the mother approached little Paul. Realizing a huge taboo, she threatened Paul to keep quiet. "I won't tell anyone. And you can't tell on me." Mom noticed him acting strangely. Paul ultimately escaped unharmed. Mark was about to drive when a car bumped him from behind. It turned out to be a fulfillment of the scheme.
But taking Paul complicated it. Mark immediately called the parents.
Young Paul must be found ASAP. Little Paul's kidnapping led back. Mark was lost for words. Just this morning, oil prices soared.
Old Paul was unexpectedly rich.
When reporters asked the